Hello. Hey. Hi, social family. Being of whatsoever racist, then not necessarily being whatever walks of life, factions of society or lifestyle preferences. So that being the person of I myself say in our state for that record being we should prove to have become or be that being a no-brainer as well as it should go double or triple to be said. No-brainer as in self-explanatory. So I say to you all, being of the old, young alike, both of two sexual genders, males and females representing the global community within this post 911 era of our new millennium of this apocalyptic day and age. And whereas the doomsday clock is now at a couple few minutes to midnight, compared on to how formerly previously prior to then it was at a quarter midnight for these rather biblically prophetic times. But then, how you all doing? Well, hopefully everyone is doing at least okay, if not better yet to be said, to be feeling all right, or if not best of all to be said, to be feeling blessed and stressed, more blessed and stressed, or too blessed to possibly become and be stressed. You and yours, your family, friends, and hopefully me and mine. Likewise as well, or all the same. Also, I say, regardless of whether or not that my person am speaking correct, proper standard English grammar, being of the American dialect of some or such qualities and quantities or not. I'm speaking King's English or street slang for that matter. Some of such is my sincere verbal sentiments, in which I expressed to you all. Other than that, I had recorded something earlier, but excuse my language, pardon my French. Nevertheless, it would appear that much more the same, like as if I had become subject to experiencing one of those computer hacker cocksuckers or homos or faggots acting rather obnoxious. And whereas I recorded something like an hour and a half of something much earlier, only to find out that once I myself had reviewed some of such matters, I only had 16 seconds of all that broadcasting. And so one can only imagine how frustrated I feel behind that, really. I wonder if it has something to do with so far as the pop-up notifications of other social media broadcasters somehow affecting that of my own personal broadcast, because that happens at times, unless you close out, it's going to interfere some kind of way. I don't know how that works out. And like I said before, so I say again, Lord have mercy, one can only imagine how frustrated I felt behind that. And after I had gone through a rather long, hard, or difficult day of it for this time of year of a season, regardless of what it were to be, rather it were to be that of a summer or winter season, but then it is actually summer. But for any season, you can imagine how I felt behind that. So I'm re-recording this, and as it is addressing some such of a social issue as you see it or notice, so far as concerning that being of which is for the title thereof, though I could speak upon a few other matters, while going about give my views and opinions upon this one. Okay. Yes, it could have possibly the loss of the other the same format, first and foremost. Could possibly have something to do with a computer hacker or a proverbial neighbor from hell, public problem neighbor, or else stupid little dumb called sicko, psycho, creep, and a weirdo. Then So much for that. Let me get back to what I was trying to say and finish up, if I have not done so already so far as the intro is concerned as an introduction before I were to get into the message at hand, the one and then another. Unless I would try to speak upon a couple of people for that matter, and maybe this time half the time, because, like I said before, so I say again, one can only imagine how frustrating that was to lose all that broadcast and only get 16 seconds recorded, and because of suspected foul play to sabotage it. Okay. But anyway, though, I think I asked you all the question of how you are doing. Well, if I didn't, so I do so now. If I did, so let me repeat myself. Okay. Other than that, hold it with one slight intervention. As you see, I have my television off at the present time. And how I'm feeling at the moment, and with conflicting dialogues, like some of such coming from the television and coming from me myself, and seeing how I feel quite frustrated after having lost the last broadcast. I only got 16 seconds out of an hour and a half recording, so I just decided to turn the television off, because I'm not feeling it. Right? Anyway, though, so I say, and as I was putting more was less, I could possibly just record half of what I had recorded, formerly or previously or prior to then to here now, right? Let me say, right? And as I can start from the very beginning before I would go on with whatever subject matter or matters to be spoken upon. Excuse me, it's a natural word. Okay, and so starting on 3, I can start from the very beginning. Hello, hey, hi everybody, social media family. Being whatsoever racist, but then not necessarily being whatever walks of life, fashion, or societal lifestyle preferences. And because there's a reason on purpose for that, my person haven't put it like that. So far as that last mention, I mean, you better recognize and realize people, places, and things been at the wrong place, at the wrong time, and the wrong crowd. Been there, done that, and don't want to do it again. At least not anytime too soon up again. Hopefully, if and when, if at all, would be a long time in coming. So I say to you all again, likewise, as we're all the same. Well, so I say, regardless of whether or not that my person is speaking correct, proper standard English grammar, of the American dialect of some or such quality and quantities or not, and as I think of it with that in my mind's attention, to try to backtrack here, reason or purpose of being, so I can go on with the following, to continue from where and when I last left off, to finish up as a complete formal line thought and in the same sense of the word. So I say to you all, my social media family, many of whom are not only of whatsoever races, not whatever walks of life, fashion, or society, or lifestyle preferences, but then being of the old, young, like both two sexual genders, representing the global community within this post 911 era of our new millennium, of this apocalyptic day and age, and whereas the doomsday clock is now at a couple or few minutes to midnight, compared on to how formerly, previously, or prior to then, it was at a quarter midnight, for these rather biblically prophetic times. How are you all doing? Well, hopefully everyone is doing at least okay, if not better yet to be said, to be feeling all right, or if not best of all to be said, to be feeling blessed and stressed, more blessed and stressed, or too blessed to possibly become or be stressed. You and yours, your family and friends, and hopefully me and mine likewise as well, are the same. But then whatsoever I could speak upon, nevertheless, let me say and state for the record, be it one subject matter of the issue at hand, be it a controversy or not, some of such of a given argument to be debated with the many different views and opinions or pros and cons thereof to be associated with it of some or such topics of discussion, conversations of dialogue, or be it of a couple, of few, or four more for that matter. But then, nevertheless, hopefully with that much less uses or consists of excuse of profanity, much rather than instead of with that much more cuss words to simply say. And therefore, then, let me say and I'll state for the record, and hopefully it will be that much less like someone or such one being of whom is supposed to be a believing God, as in Christian, aka Protestant, who could have possibly gone astray as a sheep that strayed from the 99 that has yet to be brought back into the fold once again, you know. And whereas the worst of two evils is of the likes of those false brethren, of supposed so-called holier than thous, of, you know, modern day religious Pharisees and Sadducees, being of whom are of the worst of the worstest of unbelievers and unbelievers, being of deceivers who pretend to have become and pretend to be believers in God, as in Christians, aka Protestants, and therefore they would be considered as being the worst of the worstest of closet devil worshippers, being of whom make up the majority of church goers or whatsoever religious denominations, from the pools to the pulpits of believers and from the pools to the pulpit of members and visitors, like is what I meant to say, because they're not believers, just unreasonable, false prophets and antichrist, false brethren. Okay. Then getting back to me myself, hold the thought while I turn this on. It's my midnight. That I apologize. Anyway, though, as I was saying, if you remember what I was talking about last, you know, before I had lost my train of thought, so to speak, is here it is 12 midnight. I was really just going to call it tonight after I got through, go to bed, and now it looks like I'm going to be up for a little while longer than what I intended. You know, where's my bedtime hours, 11 p.m. You know, it's go after 12. Or if I hadn't lost that broadcast that I had composed much earlier, in due regard, in reference to how I was saying I believe, as expected to have been a foul play, that I lost it or to only have gotten 16 seconds of it. You know. Anyway, though, yes, I was speaking upon those, you know, the worst of the worst is closet devil worshippers, being of who make up the majority of church goers or whatsoever religious denominations. Lastly, I do recall, recollect, or remember. Man. So I say, and now that I've gotten, well, not so much as yet, but I'm about to complete that being a basic intro as an introduction, then go on with something else, then the following of the subject I had to discuss and on debate. You know. Okay. Yeah, whatsoever I could speak upon, you know, bit of controversy or not, and it had yet to be resolved if it has not been already. You know, some has to be considered with the different views and opinions to be associated with some as such to be debated of a given argument. And it's saying that, though, since we're within, don't kill the messenger. I'm just here to deliver. Okay. Now that I gotten the preliminaries out the way, as you noticed from the title, I was speaking upon the incident that happened somewhere in Minneapolis, Minnesota, whereas certain uniformed police officers of Caucasian males had violated the civil and human rights of a black male individual person of a civilian citizen. As a matter of fact, it had made him become subjected to experiencing that of an Eric Gardner number, if you know what I mean. Read between the lines, fill in the blanks, where it should never have come to that. Okay? For them to become so possessed with it, causing him the pain of mental anguish and of physical trauma, being of which had ended with he himself becoming the rank and file. Racial percentile statistics of the deceased, as in they made him become or be dead as a doorknob, as translated to be defined as meaning they murdered or killed him, like they did the same to a one Mr. Eric Gardner. And whereas these rogue cops or corrupt police officials should be brought to trial, and they should be given serious time for that. Whereas I would rather see them on death row. If not, then given capital punishment of lethal injection or the gas chamber or the electric chair. And because it was just that serious. The punishment should fit the crime, as they say. Okay, and with judging from the video that was recorded and broadcast on different news channel stations, the brother was saying the same thing as the late Eric Gardner. I forgot who the brother's name was, being the one who most recently had come been violated by the police who denied him his civil and human rights. I think his last name was Floyd something. But anyway, though, that was rather tragic to hear another story of that nature, because certain police officers went overboard, over exercise, that being their police powers of authority, and that just makes me myself kind of highly pissed, to think that could have possibly happened once again, whereas it could have possibly been any black male or Hispanic or Asian male for that matter. I mean, the devil is extremely or excessively busy in this day and age, as you know it to be. Yeah, but regardless, though, we got to stay positive. Believers and non-believers, like believers and unbelievers, or whatever I say. I mean, nobody can make you say or do anything that you don't want to if you feel quite very much so uncomfortable with it. In a psalm or such a proposition or proposed plan of action supposedly to benefit you or be just as much in your better interest as another other party. You know what I'm saying? Then 9 times out of 10, it's the big man upon the totem pole. Then I'm not. Hold it though. Yeah, I think you get the general idea of what I'm trying to say. Yes, those lousy, cowardly, punk, rogue cops or corrupt police officers, they should be tried and convicted. That's how I look at it, And because it was wrong for them to have done it to that one bro, and now West himself is no longer here with us, And so there should be mass protests. Many different races of people or persons, including of the white race, being the likes of liberals. They should march, for some such to give them on time and demand protection. Protection. They should demand protection from the very ones who they themselves are. Hey y'all, I'm going to take off this hat jacket. I'm burning up. I was putting it on for dramatic effect to show the seriousness of how, I just want to, when others go to war, against these rogue cops, corrupt police officials, nasty hard police officers. I just want to go to war in the sense of take them to trial and get social justice for the, surviving family members, as well as for the general public or people at large, who have to witness that nonsense. Coming from the rights and get me to thinking how there's a saying where it goes something like this here. Wow, they'll let everybody work a given profession nowadays that much more. It shouldn't be like that. If the police or cops are going to act out or misbehave like garbage or trash, then what they need to do is get a new line of business. You know what I'm saying? And because that's unprofessional. Not only that, but it is violating another human being's civil and human rights of an American citizen or an foreigner. Whenever they do that, okay? You just get me to think about the brown shirts or the black shirts, of Nazis, during World War II, all across Europe, beating other people, persons into submission, whom they would consider as their adversaries of opposition or enemies, But then a lot of them are on the police force nationwide, and worldwide for that matter, and be engaged in paramilitary operations and so forth. I mean, if you can't trust the police, who can you trust, I figured that, what the general public, people at large or whatever groups of protesters, they shouldn't have to protest only after another killing happened. They should do that as preventive measures before then, And in the event they witness a rogue cop is about to attack or assault a person, regardless of whether that person is an American citizen and a foreigner, the protesters should rush around the would-be target to keep one from being assailed that way, what I'm saying? And rush in front of the police or cops to let them know if you're going to violate somebody else's civil and human rights, then you're going to have to go through us. You're going to have to, you have to, well, you know what I mean to say. Yeah. And by rights, they should be stripped of what they supposed to have been stripped of their police duties and, if not, have their badges retired, and then some. Whereas they put them on desk leave, that's like a walk in the park, Okay, I mean, they should put those dirty cops into general population of a jail's house setting, for a prison farm or penitentiary, and then maybe they will from there get the general idea of how what they had done or did was wrong. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Because they violated somebody else's civil and human rights, and that was wrong, for them to do so, you know. And now grieving family members of that particular household have to now prepare for a game plan of trying to think to decide what are they're going to do with their deceased loved one. How would they go about, that is disposing of his physical body, And then my family and I are having to go through some business changes or transactions that being ourselves, with the way that one of the matriarchs, maternal heads for my own immediate personal family household, whereas it is suspected that she had become subjected to experiencing some kind of foul play herself. Okay. But anyway, getting back to some of such other being an original topic of discussion. These cowards, they shouldn't have been able to do that, I mean, since the last time. I mean, whereas the different okay. I mean, if they're not reprimanded severely, seriously, then who's to say whether or not those two same cops were to attempt to do it again. Yeah, no sorry about that. Was not my bad. But each and every time some rogue cop are permitted to violate somebody else's civil and human rights, then if anything, more likely, more often than not, that just gives them incentive to continue the business as usual. I'm sure that if they can receive punishment for their actions being more, yeah, terrible. To have heard that once again, that certain cops, had gone overboard. Really now, that is terrible, ridiculous. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I myself personally am appalled at this reality or the truth of the fact of the matter. Okay, yeah. It's like they don't respect the checks and balances of government, of society in any regard. Whereas our president needs to pass a bill into law to rectify this so that certain police officers will be less likely to commit the same blah blah blah. Yeah. They may just go ahead and like say speed dial this last, so far as bring it to a conclusion in the next 15 minutes. As I'm recording for about half an hour so far. And I did say, I think I may just do half of the recording that I had lost from the previous project. Alright, well, so I'll wrap things up for the last minutes or so. I say, if you haven't gotten Christ as your own personal Lord and Savior, I hope that you would think to do so now. While the blood is still running warm in your veins, by recognizing and realizing what he himself had done or did upon the cross of Calvary, on the hill of Golgotha, suffering at the hands of some Roman soldiers, upon the orders of their religious peers, being a Pharisee and Sadducees. But then, nevertheless, whereas he himself had went to that cross of Calvary to become the perfect sacrifice, the only sacrifice for you as well. I said for you as well as for me, so that if any of us, whatsoever race and whatever walks of life, fashion inside lifestyle preferences. The old, young, like both two sexual genders. Representing the global community within this post-9 moment, there are new millennium of the apocalyptic day and age, and what the doomsday clock is. Alright, so you get the general idea. I'm trying to see. Where the doomsday clock is now at a couple of few minutes to midnight compared on how formerly principally compared on to a former period of prior to then, it was recorded midnight police rather than bad times. They shouldn't have did it today, bro. Made him subject to experiencing that way. He was just another Eric Gardner. That's the guy, Eric Gardner is what I meant to say. Countless other brothers that have fallen prey to, dirty cops, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Oh, wow. I can't wait to get to that. I'm closing out in about 15 minutes from now. I said it'll be like half an hour. It'd be like half the time I recorded the last podcast that I lost. Well, 15 minutes, quarter mile. Yeah. But if you accept Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, you don't have to worry about a thing. Gotta do so while you're still here in the land of the living. Gotta recognize and realize, then because it is in Him that we have our names, while the evil days come back. We will find them before working. Okay. I think I mentioned Father Child. Yeah, I'm bush, y'all. I think you all get the general idea of what I was trying to say so far the gospel message is concerned. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah. Unless you have that whose blood sacrifice upon and within your souls, but from there, as the books will be open on the great day of judgment, and whether we ask a question of is his or her name written in the book of life? And then here somebody said no, and then here from there somebody else like saying depart from me. ye cast into everlasting fire. Yeah, I was saying more work and less. Well, I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't get much sleep last night. And then I had recorded something earlier for the day or tonight. Then I lost all that recording. So I'm like feeling double or triple frustrated. But I'm about to bring it to a close shortly, as I was saying, what's that, Okay. I mean, if you haven't done just that as I said while you're still in there and living, we'll do it now. Accept him as your personal Lord and Savior because I would think that you would hate to become subject to experiencing the real hell elsewhere. Whereas any hell in this world is only temporary. I say it's only temporary. Any hell in the next world is for all eternity. Yeah. Very few people, the person had become subjected to experiencing that, you know. I think you know what I mean. Somehow. Oh my God. Oh crap. All that broadcasting. Losing. It's got 16 seconds out of it. That's bad. It really is. Anyways, though, you are. Yeah, well, I hope that you have gotten plenty out of what I was trying to say. Let us some just give them on time. At least got the general idea. And I'm here more to educate and enlighten, much rather than to, that is much rather than much rather generally. Okay, Grant was the man of the hour. And so yeah. So please accept Christ as your personal Lord and Savior. Then wind up or end up in damn hell. Do it now while you're still in the land of living, so that you can go to heaven once you were to leave this world. Because tomorrow is not promised to anyone. It used to be saying gone today. There's here today, gone tomorrow. I mean, now it's like here today, gone today. You must recognize that He is the Christ, by accepting Him as He is.